Welcome to new episode of MuborakTalks podcast. We have a guest today. Our episode will be some very special because we have a guest from America. His name is Matthew, and he would like to share some tips, tricks, and hints how to learn English properly. How are you, Matthew, today?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Okay. A little bit introduce yourself.
All right. As you know, my name is Matthew, and I'm from America. I come from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about America, because as Asian guys, as Asian people like me, for example, like my learners, we are really interested in studying America because we think that if we study in America, if a person studies in America, the person will be very in each and every field he would like to work in the future. So what do you think about that? Is it really education is really good in America?
It's not as good as people think it is. America is a big place, so one part of the country might have a really good education, and in other parts, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. For example, you do you advise some part of the country like me? We have to stay like in Florida or California or somewhere or something.
California is pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Most of the Northeast, where I live.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. How about in New York City, Manhattan?
New York is in the Northeast, and there are lots of things to do there, sights to see. So choosing to study there would help. Choosing to study there would help a lot too.
Okay, but New York is cosmopolitan city, right? Because
New York City, yes.
I talked with someone person in New York. You can meet feeling like I'm living somewhere. It's not in America, you know. For example, I go to the government store to buy something, and there was Indians, like a very cosmopolitan, a very international community in New York. Is it?
Yes and no. It's not like you'll meet a lot of people from all over the world, but It's not like everyone. You can't just pick and choose who you want to meet.
Pick and choose. Okay, good. Today's episode is all about English. So how we can fix our English? What kind of advices you can give to us as a native speaker? Because it is really okay. We talk English. Everybody speaks English in the world. Somehow, if you speak with accent, for example, if you show off your very good vocabulary, you differ from others. It's a little bit still plays an important role, I think. Everybody speaks English nowadays. People are saying, but some people speak as a native speaker.
Well, let's start at the beginning. Don't be afraid to make funny sounds in the mirror when you're practicing how to speak. If you have trouble with a certain sound, just try to make it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know the our R is very difficult for a lot of people.
Exactly.
So you can go over and over in the mirror until you get it.
Mm-hmm. Like even pausing, you know.
Yeah. And you can also try to find something online. help. Maybe a song you know. If you depending on where you live, you can maybe see a movie in English that you know from their dub in your native language.
Okay. Do you suggest to watch a movie with English subtitles or our native language subtitles?
Both, actually.
Both.
One will practice your listening. If you watch English with your native subtitles, you can practice your listening. And vice versa, you can practice your vocabulary better.
Okay. But how, for example, what kind of books or like special movies you can advise learners to watch?
For books, I would keep it, I would say with something simple.
Okay, for example?
There are a lot of short story collections online you can get.
Yeah.
I would avoid anything like Shakespeare. Do not read Shakespeare to learn English.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Because that's very... Not only is it really old English, it's extra fancy, too. So no one actually talks like that. Not even back then.
Okay. But is it really matters? For example, when I read a book, like old book, I cannot use that word, that vocabulary when talking with a person in real life conversation. I think for me it's real matter. It's very, very important that the vocabulary expression which we are putting into practice while we are talking. What do you think about that?
Well, in any language, there are some words you just know, even if you don't use them, for when, like, you're reading. It's the same for English. So even if you don't use the word, let's say, meticulous, meaning detailed, you'd still know what it meant when you read it.
It's like act vocabulary and past vocabulary.
Yes.
So, do you think is to talk every day, for example, is with the friends, really helps to reach fluency when we talk in English?
Oh,
and
definitely.
I mean daily conversation with a friend.
Definitely.
For example. But because but why? Why do you think so? Why?
Well,
because we practicing English?
I'm sorry. Language means nothing unless you can communicate with people. Unless you communicate with people, what's the point?
We should talk. How about if we talk, we just look at the mirror and we just talk to ourselves. I'm good. So I'm looking at the mirror, I'm talking to myself. Some people think I'm crazy, but still I'm talking. I should practice my English. Okay, thank you very much. Is it okay?
That's better for practicing how you sound and making some sentences, but for more natural fluency, you'll have to talk to people. To different
people. Okay. With the different people, you mean? Not on the one person?
Not just yourself.
No, not just myself. Okay. Any movies you like to advise for learners? For example, Spider-Man.
I actually like Disney movies.
Star Wars. Disney movies, for example, Aladdin.
I like Aladdin. I like The Little Mermaid. And they actually have some of the songs subtitled and translated on YouTube already.
Yeah. I saw it too. Yeah. So the movies you do you recommend to for the learners to practice their English? Because for me, it's a little bit difficult to understand somehow when I watch a movie. For me, when I watch movies, sometimes I get lost. They use some words I don't really understand because they are producing natural speech. I think so. That's how can, for example, how can I improve? There is some expressions that I can understand. Even the books, I cannot find even the books too.
Well, for movies, well, on YouTube at least, you can slow the video down a little to help with your listening. And write down what you don't understand, or as much as you do understand.
Uh, uh, how about the accents? Because I think English is international language, right? Speaks Indian, British, British, and we have Indian accent. We have a New Zealand, Australian accent too. Is it really important to speak English with accent, or doesn't matter?
Yes and no. Sometimes it's hard to understand accents, but there is no perfect English.
There's not perfect English. Okay. But which accent do you recommend, for example? But don't say American accent because you're American.
If you're not going to choose American, then British is the next most common.
British. Okay. British. Okay. Okay. When I was school, I went to the extra class. I can say I used extra class, and then it was my first lesson, and the teacher told me that I sound like a journalist on TV. It was like 10 years back or 15 years back that the story. When I was studying it's and then teacher told me that sound like a journalist. He told me that you don't sound natural. You're pretending someone on TV because it's not. And then back that time, it was not famous and no internet, no English movies as well too. So and now I realize that I talk a little bit accent and a little bit like so I really grateful to my teacher that in that time he realized the thing. And the second class I didn't take part. I didn't participate. I didn't attend the class, and then I left because I was a little bit ashamed because of some kids laugh at me, and then they told me that you're sounding like journalists on TV. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Don't make fun of anyone for how they sound. Everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Start somewhere. Exactly. What's okay for the last for the farewell? What you can say some our listeners to perfect their English?
Just keep practicing. Always try and learn something new.
Every day.
As much as you can.
Do you recommend to read the books in English too, like a long? You told like short stories, collection books.
Keep it short when you're just still learning.
Keep it short. Okay. How about the movies and then the songs with lyrics?
Yeah, singing along actually helped me with other languages. I've been complimented on my pronunciation many times by other teachers for other languages. So don't be afraid to sing out loud, sing along, and you'll find yourself
sing loud
improving.
and sing hard. Okay, you can feel that you're improving your speech, for example. Our pronunciation.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much for the advice, Matthew. We'll talk. Hopefully, we'll talk on. Talk to you on our next show. Thank you very much.
Happy